Great. So, your character Keyshawn went through quite the journey, both emotionally and physically, in season one of P Valley. Where do we find her when season two starts?
You find her um, really she's dealing with the consequences of her actions season one. You also see her in this new space where she is finally enjoying the benefits of all of her hard work. She's very successful now. She's on tour with Lil Murda. She is on like her. You see her face on all of her own line of products. So yeah, she's Keyshawn has had this big glow up this season, and it's really fun. It's a fun journey that she goes on.
Amazing. And how did you find the fan response following the first season for both the show and your character in particular?
The fan response was explosive. It was absolutely incredible. It was we were all just so happy. I expected the show to do really well because it's written so well and it's shot so beautifully that I knew it was going to be special to people, but I had no idea people were going to get tattoos. And I remember people dressing up like us for Halloween, which was really fun. And people were actually finding what we had actually worn in the show. I think someone found Lil Murda's like blue jacket and wore it for their Halloween costume, which was cool. P Valley watch parties. It's been really cool to see how the fans have just embraced us and really enjoyed the show.
Amazing. And then, so this show is really celebratory of women, both grounded and realistic when it comes to telling a variety of different female-centric stories, which I imagine is part of what led you to take on this role. What else factored into your decision to join the series?
I fell in love with the writing and with Keyshawn in particular. There are certain parts of just her personality and her story that really resonate with me and really touched me. And I just thought there's absolutely no one else who could play this role but me. I have to audition because it's just such a fun show. And it was something that was very refreshing. I hadn't seen writing like this in all my I've been acting for 11 years. In all my 11 years of acting, I hadn't come across a script like this, so I knew it was very, very unique and very special.
Amazing. And we heard that the series will include the recent pandemic. So how was it bringing that very real life aspect into the show?
it it was very real because we were living that. So we're still in the middle of a pandemic. So behind the scenes, we're also in between takes, putting our masks on and our face shields and all of that, and social distancing and testing 3 days a week and all of that stuff. So it was, I actually thought it was pretty genius of Katori to reflect on the times that we're in now and focus on what the world is like for a space that's just the strip club is for gathering. So to be forced to socially distance and just see how everyone at the Pink adjusts and gets really creative, finds really creative ways to stay open but still follow COVID protocols. It's interesting. It's actually really cool to see.
Okay. And can you tell us a little bit about a typical day on the set of the show, if there is any typical days in a show like P Valley?
There is no set. I've been on a lot of sets. There is no set like a P Valley set. There is no typical day. I think one thing that has been a constant for us is music. Uh, in the hair and makeup trailers, we'll put in requests and it gets really fun. And then we'll have battles We're like, nope, my song choice is better. Put that thing on right there. And then we're just always dancing and having a really good time. I think that's something that's been a constant, and we make it fun.
That's great to hear. And then, how have you found carving out a career in this industry, both as a woman and from a minority ethnic background?
Now is our time. It's a really beautiful time we're in, where marginalized groups of people are being able to tell their stories in ways that we haven't before. So I've been really fortunate to come across some really beautiful scripts with writers of color, and work with directors of color and women. It's really amazing that not only in the last season, but this season we get to work with all female directors. It's been a really interesting and very fortunate time for me, being a woman and also a minority.
So we like to ask all of the people we chat to for Female First 3 questions. So the first one is, which women in your life that you admire have helped shape you as a person?
Which women I admire have helped shape me as a person? That would be my mother, my grandmother, and my great-grandmother, for sure. All of them are just extremely thoughtful and kind and resilient and just super encouraging, and all of them have just loved on me in ways that have just really helped mold me into who I am today. Yeah, I always say I have 3 moms, so for sure.
And then secondly, who have been some of your favorite women to work with?
Oh my gosh, some of my favorite women to work with. I absolutely adore Katori Hall, of course. I think she's great. I think she's a great listener. I think she's just amazing to collaborate with. And, my cast, I have a showmance with Elarica Johnson, who plays Autumn Night. She's one of my besties. So it's been a real joy to work with her and to have scenes with someone who's been a really, really close friend. Yeah.
And then the final question, what does the idea of being a woman mean to you?
The idea of being a woman. Women are so special. Her bodies are able to bring forth life. We're able to bear children, and if you want something done right, you ask a woman. I think I just absolutely love being a woman, and I think we're really special. We're special beings, and yeah.
Amazing. Well, that's all our questions, but thank you so much for your time today. It's been great to chat to you.